Well, hello. This is your lonely old lady again. Again, speaking to you from the confines of her home. And it's pretty much morning, and the 4th of July festivities are over, and we're starting to do, those of us in Utah celebrate Pioneer Day on the 24th of this month. And so we're starting over again with the patriotic stuff uh, to celebrate our Pioneer Day. And that's the day that the pioneers dropped down into the Salt Lake Valley um, from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So anyway, what am I going to be doing, or what have I been doing? Since the 4th, I've reported to you on what I did on the 4th and watching the fireworks on the TV and things like that. And since then, there's been a couple of things. As part of the festivities of the 4th of July, we have in our city, at City of Bountiful, has concerts in the park. And they had a patriotic concert in the park, and I was kind of, moaning the fact that if I go, I got to go by myself and sit by myself. So anyway, it turned out that my former daughter-in-law, Krista, and her mother asked me if I wanted to go to the patriotic concert with them. And of course, I jumped on that one and said, yes, I do, because it's always a great concert. We have the Voices of Utah, which is like 200 voices that sing beautifully. And so they had a really beautiful concert. And at the end of it, they sang the uh, theme tunes to all of the military organizations, and starting with the Navy. And they had everybody that was veterans of the various armed forces could stand up during that time and be recognized. And I, of course, spent 5 years in the U.S. Navy when I was younger. And so I stood up proudly because I'm proud of my service to my country, and I'm proud of the things that I have accomplished, even though since then maybe not a whole lot, but um, I was proud of having my service. So anyway, so we did that, and and then it kind of ended the festivities for the 4th of July. But like most people, I do tend to fall into depressions, and I haven't made videos in the last couple of days, actually probably about a week, because I allowed myself to kind of fall into a depression after that. Um, my son is off on a new job where he's gone most of the time. And that's kind of good. It's good because he's divorced, and that keeps him busy, and he likes doing that. He's doing a job that he loves, and that's what he should be doing. But that kind of leaves me kind of alone. But Krista does contact me every once in a while, and she talks to me, and I take care of their dog Ozzy when Krista's not going to be in town. And so that kind of helps to alleviate some of the depression. But I allowed myself to kind of fall into it and just kind of sit there in front of the TV and not do much of anything, even though I know I have a zillion things that I should be doing. I've been losing weight, and as a result of losing weight, my clothes are starting to fall off me, and I've altered some of them so that I can wear them. But it's not a whole lot I can do. I can only alter them so much. So I need to start doing that. So what are my plans for today? Today, right now, I am putting water on one of my flower gardens, the large one, because I have to back to weeding. It's just a round robin, end on one place and start in another. And we have clay, really tough clay soil here in Utah, and so the topsoil gets really hard and hard to weed in. So I water it for about 15 minutes before I am planning on going out. And it's going to be hot, but I'm going to go out and do a section of it at least. And then later on today, I am going to get my things out and get the patterns that I have, and I'm going to alter the patterns so that they are altered to my new measurements, and then start sewing some clothes for me to wear that will actually fit me right. So that's kind of the plan for the day, and I may keep you posted as the day goes on as to what I'm doing and when I'm doing it during the day, and we'll see how I do with these things. The interesting thing, you might be interested to see how I manage to, because I make my own patterns, so how I manage to alter these patterns or not alter them, whichever the case may be. So we'll see what happens today, and I'll report on what happens and let you know what's going on in the life of a lonely old lady. So for now, until possibly later in today, I will let you go, and get started with some of the things that I'm doing and see how those things go during the day for me. So for now, we'll talk to you a little bit later. Bye now. Okay, it's your lonely old lady again. I was out waiting for a little while, and for about maybe 40 minutes, and came back in. I went out and it wasn't as hot as it could be, or probably should be, or maybe, I don't know, it's summer in Utah. It gets hot. But I said a little prayer to myself and asking Heavenly Father to start a little breeze for me. And guess what? I got a little breeze, and there was a little breeze on me while I was out here. So however way you believe in that, I believe that Heavenly Father sent that breeze for me. So I'm going to be heading back out again and do a little bit more. I have a goal to get done today. But there was so much sweat on my face that I couldn't see what I was doing. So I'm out here now, and I'm about ready to go out and do some more. Okay, I'm kind of all set now. I'm going to go up. This is a raised flower bed, and so I've got the camera down so you could kind of see the shovel, but you're probably not going to see me. It's a small camera, and I don't really have the equipment to be able to show everything that I'm doing, but I can give you an idea of what I'm doing and how I managed to do it. I'm not sure that you can hear me talk. We will try. If not, I'll fill it in later. And there's a lot of noise on this street because I live on a very busy street. So I'm going to go around and start. And by the way, just so you know, that breeze has started up again, and it wasn't out here when I left my house. So think what you may. I think it's Heavenly Father helping to keep me a little bit cool. So I mentioned before, I use my shovel to weed because it's just easier and I get more weeds with a shovel full. So I'm just trying to dig in someplace. Also must be below the weeds. So I can get it out by the roots. So another shovel full, except it didn't get as much of that as I wanted to. The weeds roots were pretty thick here. So this is how a day in the life of a lonely old lady goes. And I'm not going to be out here and doing this whole thing because as you can see, it's a very large garden. And I have other things that I really need to do, like I said earlier, working on those patterns, getting my measurements and working on altering patterns so that I can make some more clothes. So I'll be doing that later, and I'll report on that later also and let you know how I'm doing with both my weeds and with my pattern making. So we'll talk to you later, and this is the life of a lonely old lady.